It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
One more new week of unafeared activism. Activism, that's right, activating ourselves to do what we need to do. What do we need to do? We need to keep breathing in and out. I mean, it's really no more complicated than that, because if we do it longer than the bad guys, guess what? We win. Assuming we're out of jail. This is, this week, let me tell you what's going on. I have to take some continuing education classes. A lot of people don't know. My wife is a real estate agent. Well, I have my license too, and it was a long time ago. I did it right when the peak was. I knew it was coming, and I thought that when this crashes, there'll be a lot of opportunities, to buy up some goodies, cheap, and then they'll go up, and but the stats on this is way worse than I even anticipated. The first broker that I worked for were good friends. They were the original broker that my wife had started her real estate career with. And I told them, I said, look, I'm not going to be able to do all the media. I got radio and all this other stuff, but I wanted to have the ability to have all the access to data and information that my wife did. So I did the 3-week cram course, got it all, boom, done. And you can get a lot of statistics that only real estate agents can get. Now, my wife could do it, but, I wanted to have access to it. And I did some real estate transactions and stuff too. But, my main thing, because I'd send everybody to Donna. Yeah, you don't want to ride around with me. You want to ride around with my beautiful wife. But the main thing that I did was take all this information, and I could consolidate it down into usable data that was just totally 180 degrees from whatever the media was saying. The perfect cheer. All we need to, we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom. They've been saying we're at the bottom for 2 years. And we ain't even near the bottom yet. So to maintain my status and not have to go through a whole bunch of stuff later, I have to take what's called continuing education. When you get your government license and stuff and fingerprinting and all that kind of stuff, I just soon not go through all that again. So I have to take so many hours. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I'm going to be doing that. But let me tell you what the advantage is. The last time I did this, it was a year ago, 2 years ago, I learned a lot of what they're saying at the classes. A lot of times they're pretty much, coming clean on a lot of stuff. But I tell you, the other thing is the people. The people, they're like, yeah, right. They know what's happening. They know what's going on. They got great stories. And a lot of these people are, mortgage bankers or lenders, and they're, brokers and agents, and then, a lot of the people that got in during the peak and so on, like at the same time that I did, but for different reasons, they have gone away. These are the tried and true and the old school kind of whatever, I can weather the storm. Will they? At the peak, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of real estate agents in Arizona, and they're all busy, man. We're just, it was bubblicious. But, the one thing that Don and I did, we were telling people, I'll give you an example. There was a client that I had in what's called Arcadia. It's in the Biltmore area. It's really nice homes and so on. And I was screaming to them to lower the price. I said, if you don't do it, If you keep trying to ride, the height of this wave down, you're going to wish that you listened to me and reduced it like $5,000 a month, $10,000. I mean, you need to get ahead of this thing and get this thing sold, or you're going to be in trouble. Well, of course, they were Fox News watching kind of stuff. They were complaining, my broker. They said, hey, man, this guy, he's not with it. We need to. I'm going, look, they're going to love me later. I guarantee it. Alan Greenspan got up, and this is when he wasn't chairman anymore, goes before the House committee, and he says, well, there may be a little recession. We kind of got, and the words came out of his mouth and freaked these people out. Now, one of the, it was three people. There was two sisters and a brother that were selling the property for their mother that they had to put into a nursing home. Now, she was still there, but she was 89 or something like that. So these guys were in their 60s. And I'm going, where are you getting your data? Well, Fox News said. One of the sisters was a GMAC financing supervisor, Uber, we loan money person in Seattle. And she's going, well, the Arizona Republic says, and I go, well, there's your first problem right there. What I did is I'd pull out the stats to figure how long, what's the inventory, how fast are they going, how many are available. It didn't even count, the people that were starting to go into foreclosure in that wave, and the reset on the adjustable rates and all this other stuff. I'm going, the inventory is going to skyrocket. They have no way but to go down. You need to sell now. So they, just to make sure they didn't think I was sitting on my butt, I would do. Fortunately, they were down by my radio studios here at the station I was at. So whenever I wasn't off, I'd go there and do open houses, and I'd do work. I'm on my computer. I got I had plenty to do. I'll just do it there at the kitchen table. I don't care. And I'd log all these, show, man, I'm just working. Did everything we had, open house, did all kinds of stuff. It wasn't until they got the AOK from Greenspan that it was time maybe they should be selling. That it's not going to go back up right away. This is the mindset that we're dealing with. Now, of course, when they did sell and it just took a big dump after that, I bet you that place they listed originally for $380. And it was way overpriced even then. It should have been for like, $330 they could have got out of it, or $320. And I told them, okay, we'll do it what you want, but I tell you, we got to reduce it every week to get until this thing sells. They didn't want to do it. Because that's what they saw in their head. Well, other homes are, but this one wasn't remodeled, that kind of thing. So it's a very desirable area, but it was on a corner and it had its own problems. But the point was that was a nice home. They finally sold it for $280-something thousand, and that thing is probably going for about $175 now. This is how bad it is. Here in Arizona, my son-in-law and daughter, they went out yesterday, with my wife. They're ready to buy a home. Now, the thing is that buying it now, interest rates are going to shoot up too. So what's your payment going to be, depending on how much home you can get for it? So homes that now, easily $350,000, $400,000, they're doing in Arrowhead, which is a nice place here, not too far from here, they're going for $175,000 for a 2,200 square foot home. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. I mean, this is in Phoenix. Nice place. So when I go and I take these classes, it's going to be very interesting, since the last time I've done this, to see what these people have to say. What do you think they'll say? I don't know, but I'll share it with you. So it's worth me going and doing this. So for the next 3 days, we're going to do some reruns, but they're going to be really good. We have an hour of a great one here and an hour of a great one there. I'll give you an example. Pepe Escobar, the guy from Brazil, foreign correspondent for Asia Times, he's talking about all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East and Libya. He's there. He's like, hey, man, let me tell you what's really going on behind the scenes with the diplomats doing and deals made and all this kind of stuff. But who do I follow him with? Oh, you got to have Matt Bruce, Captain's America. That's a totally different dynamic there. Karen Kwiatkowski, that's always good for a repeat. Sibel Edmonds, talking about all the things that happened. She was a translator for the FBI. She knew she had a gag order on her. I won't put you in prison if you talk. Along with then we have Jafar al-Saib that is going to be, he's a elected official in Saudi Arabia. Put those two together. It's going to be a great week. But I got some breaking news for you when we come back. See you right there.